All right, we've basically done everything we can do to our 76 Vega to put it into epoxy primer. We have completely DA sanded it. We used our vinegar water treatment on it. We went ahead and even used that other stuff that you got to purchase. And we have also put the rust killer on top of the roof. And if you look right there, you can see it did a pretty good job, okay? It looks like it's primer ready and ready to put our acetone primer onto the vehicle. Now, I want to go ahead and explain something, and I want everybody to listen very closely. Acetone primer, which is self-etching primer, is not a must to use on everything that you paint. The reason we're going to use it on this roof right here is because of the mild surface rust that we cannot get rid of. It will penetrate itself all the way through that and down to the metal and bite to the metal, so we don't have any problems with lifting or peeling or this, that, or the other. And I hope that I have made myself very clear. We will not be putting this car in self-etching primer the whole car. We are going to do the top of the car, and we are going to go around and spot prime, maybe 3. There's a place down here, and then there's a couple spots on one fender here, and then the front cowling or extension, whatever the fuck you want to call this. So that's the situation. You do not have to put self-etching primer on the whole car, especially when you're going to be taking most of it off to do major fucking body work. So let's go over to the paint table, see what we're going to use to go ahead and put this car in sealer for a temporary, I say, keep job, so we can go ahead and work on the bodywork slowly. You know, you leave shit in bare metal and moisture and water get on it, it's gonna fucking rust, okay? There's nothing you can do about it. Now, if this was the only car in my shop, I'm sorry, there's another car right there I'm working on. There's another car right there I'm working on. Then I would not put it in epoxy primer. I would do all the body work. I would keep working on it continuously until it was done, and then we'd go down the road and prime it. But since we are not doing it that way, I am going to go ahead and seal the metal up, especially on the roof up here. It's a must. We have got to use the self-etch primer on that roof. That's the only thing that will save that roof, and it is not a guarantee. I'm going to say it one more time. It is not a guarantee that rust will come back, will stay gone forever. There is nothing in the world that will guarantee rust staying out of metal unless you cut it out and replace it. That's the only guarantee you're going to have that rust will not come back. Don't let anybody fool you. They're fucking lying to you if they tell you different. Okay, so what we got here, this is self-etch primer. I'm not here to advertise. Millions of fucking companies make it. Beware, there are cheap primers out there. You understand what I'm saying? You get what you pay for when it comes to this shit. So you don't want to get the cheapest, most inexpensive brand and say, oh golly, look, I just saved a bunch of money. You're not gonna save money, bud. you're gonna spend more fucking money. So when you get your self-etch primer, what it's gonna do, it's gonna kind of look like this. That's gonna give you an angle of what it is. When you smell the primer, it's gonna have a different smell. It's gonna be a smell that is kind of, what can we say? It is toxic, yes, you're right. But another word is uninviting. It's not as inviting as all the other stuff out there. Now this is a 50-50 mix. That means you do one part of this, one part of that. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. If it's a 50-50 mix, it's the same thing as 1-to-1. You're using 50 here and 50 here to make one. You're using one here and one here to make one. It's the same fucking thing. So you want to make sure to stir this up thoroughly. And to use this primer takes a hardener / activator. That's the only thing you put in it. And that's how all of these are. You don't want to, what can we say, mix anything else with it. No reducer, no lacquer thinner, nothing. You just want to go ahead and mix the hardener. There you go. Bam, 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 just like that. If you can't look at the fucking thing and say, oh, that's half. Okay, let's put another half. I don't know what to tell you, buddy. Okay? I really don't. Because what I'm doing here is I'm trying to get this shit done. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm gonna go ahead and tell everybody else this, okay? I love making videos. Believe it or not, I like making my fucking videos. I am not a YouTuber, multi-millionaire fucking guy like some of these cocksuckers on here that are getting millions and millions of dollars to make vlog videos, and they have 6 billion fucking subscribers all over the world. That's not me. I'm doing this because I'm helping you. I'm showing you. Nobody's showing me this. When I make mistakes, I don't get on YouTube and say, let's see if somebody else made that mistake, how can I fix it? I'm the guy that's giving you the fucking answers here. Appreciate it. Use it. Make it useful in your life, because that's what it's about. Use it.
Use it, you cocksucker.
Make it useful in your life.
Use it like you own it, you bastard. That's what I'm trying to tell you out here. How you doing, Sammy? Slam it straight out of my head. I ain't got my hat no more. The cocksucker said I can't have a beautiful hat because it's not a beautiful day today, you cocksucker sons of bitches. How you doing? This is Sammy Slammy, and I'm straight out of Miami. I'm the edit guy. I'm the guy that's editizing these videos for you to watch, for you to love, and for you to say, hell yes, you bastard. You heard my friend Pete. He said use it. Pull it out of your ass. Wash it off. Get all the shit off it and use it, is what he's trying to tell you, because if you're not going to do it, somebody else will. Down in Miami the other day, enjoying myself, having a good time in Miami. I was eating my McDonald's hamburgers in Miami. I was drinking a big, tall, giant Schlitz malt liquor. And this cocksucker, my friend Pete over here at SWR says, Pete, just get the hell back over here, Sammy. We need you. We need you back over here, Sammy. Come on over. Come on back and do what you got to do, because you're the best guy in the world that knows how to do it right. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get my shit together. I'm trying to editize these videos for you to watch and for you to love. Because I pulled it out of my ass. And if I could pull it out of my ass, then hell yeah. It's not that hard for you to do, is it, you cocksucker sons of a bitch? All I can say is I miss Miami. I miss my beautiful hat. Look at this ugly son of a bitch she's got me wearing here. It's an ugly hat. I can't even get the brim straight on the son of a bitch. But it's a hat. It's a hat that says, hell yes, I got the hat. This is Sammy Salami. We're over here at SWRC's listening to my friend Pete bitching, complaining, moaning, and groaning. like some old hag that just lost her house, Social Security checks, God knows what else the old hag lost, but he sounds just like one. But we gotta love the guy, because he's a hell of a guy, and he's helping you. He's helping you get her done doing it right. And if you're not doing it right, then stick it in your own ass, you cocksucker, sons of bitchin' bastards.
Because I can tell you this, if I wasn't making this video, I would have had this motherfucker done 3.5, 4 hours ago. Hell, the car might be done by now. But then on the other hand, it's a bad fucking day, okay? I think I can bitch and complain if I want. Now, when you're using this primer, it only really takes, for it to really work well, it only takes one full wet coat. Because basically, you're just using it as a sealer, that's it. You're not gonna paint on top of it. More than likely, you're gonna remove a lot of it when you do your body work. And then you'll have to go back and put some more on. And then you'll have to put 2K primer on top of that. So, it only takes one good coat. Don't get overexcited with this stuff and go out of whack and put 2 to 3 coats on it. You don't need it. But what you do need is a good strainer to keep your gun clean. That gun looks like shit, but you know what? I guarantee you one thing, the inside of this motherfucker's like brand new. And sprays better than any fucking HVLP, bitch. Gun. Binks number 7. Okay, I got my spray mask, which we will be using. I got my gun with the primer inside it. I got my filter to make sure that I don't get no water or oil inside the paint or / primer to fuck us up as we're painting it. No fisheye, we don't want none of this shit going on. Use that all the time. Every time you use your spray gun, you should have one of those on there. They're only $1.89 or 98 cents or whatever the fuck they are. Get them, use them, and they're gonna work for you. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna apply my coat of self-etch primer to the roof of this car, and then once we do that, I'm gonna go ahead and put 2 coats of, you know what, I might just only put 1 thick coat of epoxy primer. Epoxy primer is different. Epoxy primer is not a fucking sandable primer, I'm not gonna say it again. It is a primer for sealer. It is a sealer. That is all it is. For bare metal, or a sealer. If you bust through your primer and you got metal spots showing, right before you paint it, you spray a little of that on there, and you're done. You don't sand it. Now in this case right here, we're using it as a sealer to cover our metal, to protect it, and then once that's done, we will come back and grind through it wherever there's dents. And on this fucking car, we're probably gonna be removing 99.9% of it, because there's fucking dents everywhere on this piece of shit. All right, what you just saw is me applying the self-etching primer. You can see the color on it. It's kind of a greenish, yellowish green color. That's pretty much the norm for self-etch primer. The smell is not inviting. I do not recommend that anybody breathes that smell. The only reason I got my mask off right now is to talk to you. We got a good strong wind blowing that way, so we're okay. But yeah, let me get the rest of the car in epoxy primer. I don't know how many times I gotta tell you people, or you guys or girls or whatever the fuck, epoxy primer is not a primer, it is a sealer. Let me put that on the car. I'm probably only gonna put 1 thick coat due to the fact that we're gonna be getting on this thing right away. And yeah, we'll be back. Looking good. I want to say one more thing, that there, what you saw me do to this, what you have seen me done to the top of this, that's all you can do. That's it. Right there, bam. The only other thing you can do to remove that rust is either sandblast it, which is gonna ruin it. You can dip the whole fucking car if you want to, or replace the top. Those are the only three other choices you have in this guy's situation. This is the best. It'll last him longer than his fucking life will last. Don't be fooled by saying to yourself, oh my God, I got some rust in my car. Believe me, if it's prepped properly, you'll die before it starts rusting again, buddy. You will. Trust me. And there it is, right there. We got the two types of sealers on it. That's what we're going to call them, sealers, because we are sealing it. We got the self-etch on the top, and we got the epoxy on the bottom. Now, I actually had leftover primer. I mixed more than it would take, so I went ahead and put 2 coats of epoxy on it, and it really came out pretty nice, to be honest with you. Don't be fooled, though. This car ain't as straight as it looks. You're going to be amazed how many fucking dents are in this thing when we really start working on it. I think we went ahead and cured our rust problem up here by using our, what do we call this shit? Let me look at it again. There it is. Our Permatex rust treatment. I've been using this shit for years. It's never let me down before. And then by putting our self-etch primer on there, I think that is going to hold our rust in where we won't have to worry about rust for many, many years to come, even under the vinyl top. Because see, from the factory, when they did vinyl top cars from the factory, if it was a vinyl top car, they didn't really prep it properly like they would for paint. They basically just put 1 coat of quick primer on it and then, you know, painted the car, blending the paint into the roof or whatever they were working on, and then threw the vinyl top on there. I'm gonna go ahead and be honest with you. No manufacturer in the world builds a car to restore. They are not in the business to build cars for you to restore them and keep driving them. They are in business for building cars that rust out, break down, and are just, you know, complete total pieces of shit within 10 years. So you can go buy another one. That's what they're in business for. Don't be fooled by the big box fucking manufacturer that is cutting you a deal, because they're not. Nobody's cutting you a fucking deal. Am I pissed off today? Yeah, I'm pissed off. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and lay it down on the line. I don't like doing this shit. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because I don't make no fucking money at it. For the people out there that say they love doing it and it's great, either have a full-time job and they do it on a part-time basis in their garage, or they're making killer fucking cash, more than paying their bills. And when you're just doing this shit to pay your fucking bills and there's no extra, it's not fun to fucking do. This is Pete, my friend Pete, your friend Pete, restoring a junkyard fucking car and not making no fucking money. We'll see you later. I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. Only making enough money to pay your fucking bills and nothing extra. There, that's what we're doing.
This is Sammy Salami. We're over here at SWRC's listening to my friend Pete bitching, complaining, moaning, and groaning like some old hag that just lost her house, and Social Security checks, and God knows what else the old hag lost, but he sounds just like one. But we gotta love the guy because he's a hell of a guy and he's helping you. He's helping you get her done doing it right. And if you're not doing it right, then stick it in your own ass, you cocksucker sons of bitchin' bastards.